So I was trying to scour. So I was trying to scour around the internet. Ended up at fadeworld.net. Freaking thing had too many bugs in it. But anyways, I managed to still get there. And I saw something interesting. And I had to talk about it because I wanted to see what this would come out to. So in this article, it says 10 worst NBA teams to reach the finals in this century. These are the 10 worst NBA teams to reach the finals in this century. So, I don't even know how they manage this, but I guess to read the beginning of the article. In the realm of the NBA, reaching the finals is the pinnacle of success. Yeah. Traditionally reserved for the league's most dominant teams. However, not all the finalists confirmed. Yeah, I get it. Let's see here. From unexpected underdogs to squads lacking the traditional aria all-stars, these teams have left an indelible mark on NBA history. Join us as we delve into the journeys of the 10 worst NBA teams to reach the finals in the century, dissecting their regular season performance, playoff conquests, the standard individual efforts that define their quests. And guess who they have at number one? Because now this is the narrative, I guess. At number one, Cleveland Cavaliers 2006-2007 season. So in that season, they was 50-52, winning 61% of their games. Playoffs, they won 75% of games at a record of 12-4. First round, they beat a Gilbert Arenas-less Washington Wizards team, swept them. Then they beat a Jason Kidd. They was last year. Jason Kidd might have been on the Nets in 6 games, and then won 6 games against the Detroit Pistons, who did not have Bill Wallace on there anymore. They forget to say that. They won 4 games to 2. I think that was one of those games LeBron went off. I do give him credit for that. And then they played the Spurs, losing 4 games to none. See here. LeBron did have 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game in the playoffs. Carried the team on his shoulders. Sorry. Crazy. The absence of another all-star caliber player was glaring, with no teammate averaging more than 12 points per game during the playoffs. You know why they lost that playoffs? I'm glad they said it down here. The reason why the Cavaliers lost that series to Spurs, even though Tim Duncan wasn't the Tim Duncan as we know during that time for that finals, Bruce Bowen went to work, and the interior of the Spurs defense would not let LeBron drive to the basket. So they made LeBron shoot. And they say no player stepped up to fill the void. That's not what I saw, because every game was freaking close. So I know they're lying. He needed another all-star. Every game in that finals was close. But they won't say that. It wasn't a lopsided 0-4 series. Cleveland was almost in every game. I think even some games Cleveland was leading towards the end of the game. That's what they consider to be the worst NBA team ever in the 21st century. See, this is what they do. And I think they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose so it could seem like LeBron never had no help. Let me finish the list. Number 2 was the Philadelphia 76ers 2001 season. 56-26, 11-9 in the playoffs. Now this is the one I have a problem with. Hey, Fadeaway, these big dummies. This is what's wrong with this website. So they said the Sixers beat Indiana Pacers 3-1. And they were still going best of 5 in the first round. 1-7 against Toronto. If it wasn't for Vince Carter missing that 3. And then they said, this I know is wrong, they won 4 and 5 games against the Milwaukee Bucks. No, the hell they did not. That went to 7 games, and there was some cheating going on from the rest. And then they lost 5 games to the Lakers. And they still continue to say, nobody checked this at all. The conference finals saw the 76ers defeat the Milwaukee Bucks decisively with a 4-1 series. No, that did not happen. Tell the truth. Allen Iverson, we all know, was the league MVP that year, averaging 32 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds in the playoffs. But they met Kobe and Shaq and got pounded. No one can stop Shaq, and it pretty much went downhill after that. And Kobe was amazing, despite what people say. Oh, Kobe was just a sidekick, even though Kobe averaged 27 points in that era of the NBA, a slower paced NBA. But whatever. After that is New Jersey, 2001, 2002. They was 52-30, 11-9, beating Indiana, Charlotte, and the Celtics, but swept by the Lakers. Next team like that is the Jersey again that played. This team was probably even worse than that Cleveland team. Record wise, 49-33, 12-8 in the playoffs, beating my Milwaukee Bucks. I think they might even beat them in 5. Maybe that was Detroit. But they beat Milwaukee Bucks in 6 games, won 7 games against the Celtics, swept the Pistons, but lost to San Antonio for 6 games. I gotta check. Because now that they posted that 4 games to 1 Milwaukee when that game was a best of 7, now I must check. 2002. Let's see here. Because now I gotta check. Because these guys are not truthful. They got the records all mixed up. How many games that went. Knowing damn well that the Milwaukee Bucks went 7 games against the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2001 season. Let's see here. What are we looking for? I don't think the Pistons got swept. Yeah, they did. I barely remember that season. All right, make sure. Next team out there is the 2008-09 Orlando Magic that played the Kobe Bryant Lakers. They won 59-23. I don't even think that was the worst team. See, all these teams, I'm starting to find something here. Starting to see something. All these teams, a couple of these teams played in the 2000s, right? And for most of the 2000s, there wasn't really any, stacked teams, no super teams. There was one superstar, one good player with a decent cast of supporting cast. This is crazy how they try to mix up stuff. Next team after that is number 6, the 2017-18 Cavs. I do say that was pretty much an amazing run by LeBron. I will say that. Wait a minute. Who wrote this article? They say the Cleveland Cavaliers went 50-32, right? 12-6 in the playoffs, right? They did go 7 games against the Indiana Pacers. They swept the Raptors that round. But they say in the conference finals, they lost the 7 games against the Boston Celtics, but got to the finals and lost again to the Warriors. Who wrote this? Next team after that, oh my goodness, it's the Miami Heat from last year. They went 44-38, which the team that probably should never even got. You know what? The thing about the Miami Heat, were they like 9th or 10th or like that? So, if there wasn't a play-in during this time, They would never made it. That's crazy. But anyways, they beat Milwaukee 5 games, beat New York in 6, then beat the Celtics 7, and lost against Denver. That's the number 7 right there. I'm keep going. The next team is the other Miami team that went to the finals. They was 44-29. They had a better record. They was a 5th seed, winning 60% of the games, 14-7. They swept Indiana, beat my Bucks in 5, and won at 6, but lost in 6 to the Lakers. Imagine if that Miami Heat team, I don't know why they say that's the worst team, because everybody was hurt. Bam was hurt. They're not even telling the full story with this. Well, at least they said something. What? While Jimmy Butler was exceptional, the Heat lacked a traditional superstar. Their success was driven by collective contributions from players like Bam Adebayo, Gordon Dragic, and Duncan Robinson. They was hurt during the finals. Next team after that is number 9, 2016-17 Cavs, who did have Kyrie Irving. I don't even know why this team is even on here, but I guess they got to fill out the 21st century. I guess that makes sense. This team actually ran through the East, but the East wasn't good that year. For the losing to the Golden State Warriors in 5. Whoa. Wait a minute. The number 10 team on this list. Whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. The number 10 team on this list is the only team that won a championship on this list. And that is the 2010-2011 Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks won 57 wins and 25 L's, 69% of the games. 16-5, winning 76% of their win. See, this is what I'm talking about. This team was not that bad. This team shouldn't even be on there. But I guess, like I said, they had to run out something. Because the other losers during the 21st century so far were actually decent teams. So they had to fit on here, but I'm not getting this one. So the Dallas beat Portland in 6 games. Swept the Lakers. Beat OKC in 5 games, and then beat that super team Miami Heat in 6 games. This Dallas Mavericks team was actually, I think, top 5 in offense and top 5 in defense that year. So how is this the worst team? I'm trying to think of all the other teams that played. Then again, I was thinking Milwaukee Bucks, but you can't even say the Milwaukee Bucks that season they won, because they was top 15 in offense and defense that year. So I don't even know what's their criteria, but anyways, that's number 10 team on there. Before I log off on here, let me see something right quick with the Dallas Mavericks. Make sure this is check sound proof, well, historic proof, whatever you want to call it. Can't think right now. Let me see something right quick. Get off on here. All right, I had to make sure, because this thing says different. But yeah, that's the number 10 team. But there's a pattern for this list. Most of these teams have LeBron on there. The number 1 team was the 2006-2007 Cleveland Cavaliers, which is quite laughable to me because that team was actually competitive. And like I said before, the 2000s, as we all know, wasn't really the era for super teams. You had one that formulated the next year after that. Most teams had one superstar, all-star, with a good supporting cast on there, or maybe another all-star. But anyways, Fadeaway.net. Get some new editors on here, please, and get your facts straight. Please.